Yeah. Run it back, nation. What is good? Sixers sickos. What is good? Just absolute sickos, bro. Absolute sickos. If you really cared about your health, if you really cared about your mental well-being, you would have stopped watching this a long time ago. If you really cared about your lifetime, just longevity, just being happy, if you really cared about your just personal happiness, as soon as Joel Embiid went down, you would have just stopped watching this. And you would have started watching cricket or rugby or something that's more fun than what we're witnessing right now. There is a little bit of hope, you know. Daryl Morey could save our sanity a little bit. Or is it saving our sanity, or is it giving Josh Harris another few months of selling hope? Would making a trade for a couple of players who are better than KJ Martin, would it save our sanity, or would it just give Josh Harris a couple more months of hope to sell? And you know, towards the end of this show, we'll obviously talk about some of the trade rumors and things like that. But again, I need your help, you know. Be active in the chat. Best way to get your comment read on the screen is to be a member of the channel or super chat. And if you have something to say, if you have thoughts, if you have something you want to get off your chest verbally, you can join the Discord and call the show. Yeah. Let's just get down to business. 208 of you absolute sickos in here. Oh, this is also brought to you by BetUS. Shout out to BetUS, sponsor of the channel. Thank you for sponsoring the channel, BetUS. BetUS is giving you a 125% deposit bonus on your first 3 bets when you sign up using my link in the description. And the promo code JOIN125. BetUS will give you a 125% deposit bonus on your first 3 bets. Not just your first bet, your first 3 bets. Now, who else is doing that? More on BetUS a little bit later. Okay. The Philadelphia 76ers get mollywopped by the 23-25 Golden State Warriors. By the shell of the Golden State Warriors. By the what is left over by the Golden State Warriors. You know? This Golden State Warriors team is like post-apocalyptic, right? It's like what's left of a city after an apocalypse. Like if there was an NBA apocalypse, you know? Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green still there. We got beat by the post-apocalyptic Golden State Warriors. Draymond Green has a gray beard. That's what we're talking about. We didn't just get beat, we got destroyed. And again, it's one of these teams that I see, and I see players like, you know, just off the top of my head, I see players like, well, not off the top of my head, I'm reading it off the screen. That's not off the top of my head. I see players like Moses Moody, who's a 21-year-old who can play basketball. I see players like Lester Quinones, who's a 23-year-old, 6'5", 210-pound basketball player. I see players like, who's the little lefty, bro? Podziemski. 6'4", can play basketball. And here I am watching Kenyon Martin Jr. I'm sorry, KJ Martin Jr. And I'm watching Furkan Korkmaz. And I'm watching Jaden Springer in the starting lineup. You know, I don't know where all the basketball players are. Every other team has them. The Warriors aren't even good, but they got a bunch of 21-year-old basketball players. We don't have them. We got a couple of football players and Rick Ross's half cousin, Kenny Lofton Jr. Yeah. First thing I want to say is, all right, everybody was out, okay? Everybody, but here's the thing. Everybody was out who? Who was out? You know what I mean? Who was out? Like, it's not like this team. Here's who was out, okay? You can't look. Nicholas Batum, Robert Covington, Daniel House Jr., DeAnthony Melton, Marcus Morris Sr. Joel Embiid's out, obviously. Your team is a lot different without Joel Embiid. But these other guys being out, these aren't the kind of players that you could say, yeah, we got blown out by the Warriors, but we were playing without Marcus Morris Sr. You can't get away with that in conversation, you know? You can't say we got blown out by the Warriors, but we were playing without Robert Covington and Nicholas Batum. Okay? Daniel House Jr. DeAnthony Melton. I think DeAnthony Melton will make a little bit of a difference on this team. Still not a guy that you could say to somebody, yeah, well, you're lucky we didn't have DeAnthony Melton out there. Who does this team really have besides Tyrese Maxey right now? Who do they have? Tyrese Maxey battling an illness because the Sixers have polio. So he doesn't go to shoot around today. He pushes through and decides to play the game. Shout out to Tyrese Maxey for even playing the game. A lot of these soft frauds that are on this roster wouldn't have played in the game. No, my tummy hurts. I can't play. Tobias Harris. So at least Tyrese Maxey pushed through and played in the game. He was obviously not even close to himself. He looked god-awful. He looked like he had no elevation on his shot. He had no elevation going to the rim. Just didn't have any. It looked like if you were sick and you tried to play basketball, what would happen? You know, a drive in the first quarter, he just loses the ball out of his hands. Nobody even touched him. So I don't know why these players are sick every other day. But Tyrese Maxey obviously played the game sick, so I got to give him credit for even attempting it. It wasn't good. It is what it is. I don't know what's going on in the in the team cafeteria. Do we got like Doc Rivers' niece working in the cafeteria or something, poisoning all the food, you know? Do we got like some kind of undercover Celtics fan in there putting COVID in the mashed potatoes? I don't know what's happening. And if that's the case, Kenny Lofton would be sick because all he eats is mashed potatoes. Random strays at Kenny Lofton for no reason. I can't get over the fact that an NBA player is 6'7", 300. And he got in the end of this game in garbage time again. Stop it. Send him back. Send him back to wherever he was playing before this. That's where he belongs. Kenny Lofton is 7 inches shorter than Joel Embiid and weighs more than him. Yeah, let me say that again. Kenny Lofton is 7 inches shorter than Joel Embiid and weighs more than him. That's the guy. That's the guy on the end of the bench. That's your last second signing. What are we doing here? Not that even matters. You know, addiction is a disease. Whether it's substance abuse or food addiction. Let me get back on track. Let me get back on track to slandering the players that deserve it, okay? Tobias Harris. Just an absolute fraud. Just an absolute, complete fraud. And with all these players out and these rumors swirling about trades, right? And we're like, these guys are out because they're about to get traded. These guys, well, then why isn't Tobias Harris out? Because he's not getting traded? He's clearly not getting traded. Because if Tobias Harris was getting traded, he wouldn't have played in this game, because Tobias Harris playing in a game near the trade deadline gives the opportunity for him to play like a fraud and ruin his trade value. Again, you should have traded Tobias whenever he had a 33-point game a couple weeks ago. Remember that? And the yearly Tobias Harris apology form idiots came out of the woodwork. Every year you guys do the same thing. Every year you do the same thing. Tobias has a couple 30-point games. Everybody says apologize, and those of us that aren't completely brain dead say to ourselves, just wait. He will start to play like Tobias Harris again very shortly. And there he goes. Listen to me. Tobias Harris is one of the worst NBA defenders I've ever seen in my life. He doesn't rotate. He doesn't switch when he's supposed to switch. He gets beat backdoor all the time. His perimeter defense is terrible. And it's effort. It's effort. And that's why I get so upset about it. Someone just replied to me on Twitter a couple minutes ago. I blocked him immediately because I'm not doing it anymore. And said the whole team sucked. Get off of Tobias Harris. No, I won't. Do you know why? Because Tobias Harris just made $500,000 to give 20% effort. That's why. It's fraudulent behavior. If you try hard and you suck, that's different. It's being out there, getting paid the amount of money you're getting paid in front of Sixers fans and playing like an absolute fraud. Just in the first quarter, Jonathan Kuminga gets this guy one-on-one, makes a very easy hesitation move. Tobias doesn't even attempt to get his feet in front of him and just takes a lazy swipe at the ball. Wide open layup. Then he gets beat backdoor on a back screen where Jaden Springer stayed on his man and Tobias was supposed to switch. He didn't move. Then he gets beat by Jonathan Kuminga in transition on a made basket. His lack of effort is offensive. And I've seen enough of it, dude. It's been 5 years. Get this loser off of my team already. The guy's trash, bro. And he take a couple weak takes to the rim. The first take that he had, I knew he was going to be weak because he entered the paint weak. And he got his first shot attempt, he got blocked at the rim. Somewhere, maybe second or third quarter, he got a drive on Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson didn't even try to block the shot. Wide open layup, and he missed it. You're 6'8", dude. I can't keep repeating myself. You fraud loser. This team's never going to go anywhere with fraud loser energy on the roster like that. Never. What else do I have to say about this game? Jaden Springer starts, and I want to shout out Jaden Springer's defensive effort on Steph Curry in the beginning of the game. He had some nice lockdown defense on Steph in the beginning of the game. I think Steph didn't even have a good game. I think he finished the game with 9 points, which is hilarious. How do you get blown out by the post-apocalyptic Golden State Warriors, and Steph Curry only had 9 points? Jaden Springer was pretty good defensively. He was the only guy showing any effort whatsoever on loose balls and rebounds and things like that. So shout out to Jaden Springer. Had a couple of offensive plays that didn't totally suck, so that's good. Anytime Jaden Springer does something with the ball that doesn't completely suck, it's nice. Maybe as he plays more consistent minutes, he gets more comfortable, he actually becomes a serviceable NBA player. I don't want to go crazy with it because his roster's terrible. There's no real NBA players outside of Tyrese Maxey on this roster. And you got to trade everybody. That's what you have to do. Yeah, in the beginning of the season, Harden trade, they threw in a bunch of expiring contracts. Those guys looked good at the beginning because they were fresh. And we thought, like, wow, we actually got a bunch of role players in that Harden trade. That's crazy. But then we forgot that they're all 45 years old, and they burned the hell out, and they all have a hamstring and an ankle and a knee injury, and it's over. Get rid of all of them. Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, Nicholas Batum, Daniel Howe, get rid of all of them. They're done. Enough with the 35 and over YMCA league, bro. What are we doing out here? Again, we're getting smoked by teams that have 21-year-old NBA players. And we're trotting out there the 35 and over Tuesday night YMCA team. I'm getting sick of it, Daryl. You got a couple hours left. And even if it's a sheer business decision, even if it's just to sell hope to the fans for a couple more months so Josh Harris doesn't lose too much money, you got a couple hours left because the entire fan base is going away if nothing happens at this trade deadline. That's for sure. Okay, what else do I want to say? KJ Martin is very bad at basketball. I can't figure out why he's still getting NBA minutes. I don't know why he's in the NBA. He's terrible. Maxey passes the ball to him on a fast break. Not even sure why you're passing the ball to him down there. He looks like he has no clue what to do with it. Gets blocked like waist high. It's just bad. I cringe every time he touches the ball. Got a corner three at one point. Wide open air ball. Wide open air ball, dude? You're an NBA player. You can't at least hit the rim on a wide open three. He's a football player, dude. Get him out of here already. Tired of seeing it. Kelly Oubre has morphed back into the real Kelly Oubre. We were all fooped. We were all fooled and duped. I just made up a new word. The word is fooped. Fooled and duped. Kelly Oubre fooped us. Okay? We were all bamboozled and hoodwinked. I don't know who Kelly Oubre was the first 10 games of the season. It's like the damn Scooby-Doo episode, you know? And then you take the mask off when you finally catch the guy. And you're like, oh, it was Kelly Oubre the whole time? That was you out there hitting threes, creating shots, cutting in the lane, getting mid-range jumpers, playing defense? That was Kelly Oubre the whole time? The mask is off. It was Kelly Oubre the whole time. Now he is back to 30% Kelly Oubre, and it is abundantly clear why he is a veteran minimum NBA player. I want to, everything looks better when you have a healthy MVP, most dominant center since Shaq in 2000 on the floor. So definitely the beginning of the season, all these players looked better because Joel Embiid was cooking. Historically cooking on a historic level. He makes everything. I said it a couple nights ago. I've said it a million times, but Joel Embiid could be on a team with 4 kids from the movie The Ringer, and they would make the playoffs in the NBA. He's that good when he's healthy. He covers up all of the deficiencies. He makes vet minimum players look like stars. He damn near revitalizes players' careers. If Joel Embiid didn't get hurt, Kelly Oubre would have had a payday this offseason. And Joel's gone. Kelly Oubre's back to Kelly Oubre. A lot of players are back to their real selves without Joel Embiid. Shout out to somebody in the playback chat called him Kelly. The possession stops here, Oubre. Never seen the guy pass the ball in my entire life. I respect his confidence. but it's kind of old now. Every time he touches the ball, he's going to chuck it, or he's going to drive and try to force a shot between three players in the paint. Kelly Oubre, I like him when Joel's healthy, I guess. Without Joel, it's like, I guess this is what Kelly Oubre looked like on the Hornets, right? Yeah, he's not a guy that's going to create something out of nothing. He's a guy that's going to feed off of somebody like Joel, who commands a lot of space and things like that. So I'm not here to trash Kelly Oubre. I'm just saying he looked a lot better with Joel Embiid than he actually is. Terq Smith and Ricky Counsel. Yeah. Terq Smith and Ricky Counsel come in the game, and they look like NBA players. Once again, Terq Smith, not necessarily the size, really, but he's a little shot chucker, you know. Had a steal and a fast break dunk. I didn't know he could dunk. Again, he's listed at 6'4". I don't believe that. It's not true. Ricky Counsel comes in. I can't figure out why this guy's not getting minutes over KJ Martin, Furkan Korkmaz, anyone else that keeps getting minutes. Marcus Morris, Daniel Howe. I can't figure out. Ricky Counsel's better than 5 guys on this roster. He has size, and he looks like a basketball player. He can dribble the ball left, right. He can cross over. He's got a little Euro step. He had a drive and an upright fit switch to the left-handed finish in traffic and one. He hit a 3. Why is Ricky Counsel not getting rotation minutes on this pathetic team right now? Why are we still waiting until it's a 40-point blowout to put Ricky Counsel in the game? Somebody tell me. I want to know. And Nick Nurse, a million times better than Doc Rivers. Effort-wise, practices, training, strategy, the amount of attention to detail that you get with a coach like him. I'm not comparing them whatsoever. But when it comes to refusing to play younger guys, it's getting kind of annoying because KJ Martin sucks. He's young too. Whoa, why is he playing? Now that I think of it, why is he playing KJ Martin? What did KJ Martin do to get minutes over Ricky Counsel? He's not even an old veteran. He's just a guy that can't play. So I don't understand the KJ Martin love here. And I don't understand why Ricky Counsel and Terq Smith aren't in the game in the second quarter, to be honest with you. I think that's all my takes on the game. I'm going to drop the sponsor, and then we're going to talk to the chat. We're going to talk to the super chats. We're going to see there's a couple people hanging out in the Discord that want to give me their thoughts. So let's do that. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring the show. BetUS, if you sign up right now, is giving you 125% deposit bonus on your first 3 bets. BetUS, go to betus.com. Well, use my link. Use my link that's in the description and use the promo code JOIN125 and you will get 125% deposit bonus on your first 3 bets on BetUS. Live odds still running right now. The Pelicans versus Clippers. No, that one's locked. Detroit versus Sacramento here live on the website. You could still bet on a -114 Detroit Pistons if you wanted to. You could have bet on the Warriors blowing out the Sixers tonight if you wanted to on BetUS. They're giving you 125% deposit match on your first 3 bets by using the link in the description and promo code JOIN125. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring the channel. Let's get back to business. Mr. Rudy is on a super chat here. Thanks for the support. DJ, we got this fan base praying for Alec Burks, Drummond, and Bojan to save our season. How delusional is this community? Sell, please. When you look at a game like tonight, would Alec Burks would have helped as far as somebody who can create a shot and score in the NBA. Bojan Bogdanovic would help as somebody who can create a shot and score in the NBA. Andre Drummond as a rebounder, at least a presence in the paint. I don't know too much about Andre defending the rim. I used to say he couldn't defend without fouling, so, but it is said recently on reports that Andre Drummond could be had for a couple of second-round picks, which, I mean, there's no reason not to make that trade, is what I'm saying, because you got Paul Reed and Mo Bamba, and they, it's not good enough. Nick Marchetti, getting COVID is more fun than watching Tobias. And I think we got another Mr. Rudy, man. We have a paid actor from the movie Hustle playing power forward for us. Of course we blow. That is Tobias Harris. Are you talking about Tobias Harris? I don't know. What's the movie Hustle? Is that the Adam Sandler movie? I didn't watch that shit. Is that the movie you're talking about? Dude, listen. They said, hey, the Sixers are in a movie. They said Adam Sandler's shooting a sports movie in Philly, and there's Sixers players in there. And I said, oh, who? And they said Tobias Harris, and I was like, pfft. I don't want to watch this guy play basketball. You think I'm going to pay to watch this guy in a movie? Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. Anyway, let's get to the Discord, man. I'll try to keep you guys to 2 minutes because, again, the fact that I even talked about this game for 29 minutes and 50 seconds is ridiculous because it sucked and it doesn't deserve any of our time, but we're here because we have an illness. We got Brett on the Discord. Hold on, let me see this so people can hear you. Brett, what's going on, man?
What's up?
What's up?
I want to say that if the Sixers don't get two of Brogdon, Drummond, and Bogdanovic, I think the Sixers should punt the season and get Joel Embiid fully healthy for next season because this team is worse than the process team.
The first game they played, without Joel, once his injury was official or whatever, Maxey dropped 51, so that hid a lot of the deficiencies too. They still had trouble even winning that game. It still went down to the wire, but yeah, you're going to need Tyrese Maxey to score 50 every night for this team to win without Joel. You're absolutely right. And if they don't get something like that, then yeah, because it's, again, Joel hides a lot of the deficiencies, but there's just straight up not basketball players on this team, bro. And when you look at somebody like Brogdon, DeJounte Murray, some of those guys, they're NBA level creators and shooters, and there's none of them on this team. So I agree.
I'm watching some dude named Kenyon Martin Jr. play backup center minutes when Daryl Morey signed Montrezl Harrell and like 4 other backup centers, and here we are talking about getting another backup center at the trade deadline.
Well, that's because they all suck. I mean, when he signed all those guys, I knew they sucked. Montrezl Harrell tore his ACL before the season even started, so he got waived already. But yeah, he sat around all summer and he signed 5 backup centers that aren't. I mean, I was like, Montrezl Harrell and Mo Bamba, what are you doing? And it wasn't hard to be right about that. Some people came in the comments and told me Mo Bamba is going to be a great stretch for us, and I was like, are you guys high? Like, I thought people were actually high calling me and talking to me about Mo Bamba, but it's just, a lot of people don't watch basketball, and then they try to join in the conversation, and that one was an easy one. I knew Mo Bamba sucked. It wasn't hard to tell.
Show a couple weeks ago, and I said Tobias Harris sucked, and, well, that was easy to call out, too.
Yeah. But, all right, Brett, man, thanks for calling the show, buddy. You got anything else for me?
Not really.
All right, man. Have a good night. Don't think about the Sixers. Do something else with yourself. Shout out to Brett. I'm up here losing my voice. What did I get? Did I get the freaking virus that all the Sixers have? Oh, we got Jones on the Discord. Yo, Jones. All right, man. Have a good night. Don't think about Yo, Jones. What's up, Jones?
Yeah.
All right, Jones is just laughing, and I can hear myself in the background. You got to turn the volume off in the background, Jones, so we'll get back to you. Peter, my guy, Peter. Yo, Peter.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, Peter?
Hey, I only got a couple things tonight, but I got to tell you, there was one play tonight that exemplified what we had on the floor tonight, man.
Yeah.
I was earlier in the game, and the Warriors had the ball, and one of our players deflected it. I don't know who the hell it was. Maybe it was a retired deadlift shrimp. I don't know. We got so many players I can't keep track of them. And it's on the court now. So the ball rolled all the way freaking back under our hoop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Curry picks it up.
It was Oubre.
He's like, yeah, sorry. But he had like 6 inches before going out of bounds. And he turns, and I'm, you know, in my head, I'm looking, okay, 12 seconds on the shot clock. By the time Curry dribbles it up, well, maybe he's going to pass it. We're probably going to pressure the passing lane, blah, blah, blah. Makes one pass to a Warriors player at our 3-point line. I'm thinking,
I think it was Andrew Wiggins.
How the hell does that happen?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the pass was deflected, and I think Kelly Oubre thought it was deflected, so he thought they were going to call back court, so he let Curry pick it up. But yeah, Andrew Wiggins was wide open. And you know who was over there on that side of the floor? Tobias Harris.
Tobias. And is he the one he fake pumped and took a couple steps in, makes a wide open 12-footer or whatever?
Yeah.
It was like, I'm like, there's still like 6 seconds on the shot clock.
So what are we doing? Like the lack of effort in this game was like, why are we even playing this game? I don't get it.
Yeah, and like, you know, and I'm one of the sick ones who actually continued watching this shit show.
Oh yeah.
But I'm glad I did, because I got to see the best plays of the game were Smith and Counsel. Like Counsel in the lane with the and one, the off the backboard dunk, and the 3-pointer, man. When it went through, you heard that nice clean rip. I'm like, man, this guy's got a clean freaking shot, man. And then it hit me. I go, this son of a gun's been on the freaking bench for 43 minutes tonight. It's just the whole night is like a shit show. You know what I mean?
You got to play those guys. You got to play those guys, because the rest of the team isn't giving you any effort. So why not play those guys?
Yeah, exactly. And the last thing I'll say is, you know, Nick Nurse the other night was talking about, well, we had some players coming off from sickness. And I was thinking, well, maybe Tobias has had the freaking flu for 4 years. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's been way too long. And he's going to make it past the deadline again. And it's unbelievable. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're right. If he was getting traded, he wouldn't have played tonight. No. Not only for risk of you know, like you talked about, but also injury.
Yeah.
So he's going to be a Sixer the rest of the year, and then he's just going to freaking walk at the end of the year and probably get paid by somebody else, because we're not going to pay him. And meanwhile, he's an asset we could have traded, like you said, back when he hit his like 30-point game and stuff. What an asset that would have been. You know, hey, Tobias is back, and you know, I don't know. It's just a shit show.
It absolutely is a shit show. And we're watching it, and it's really just entertainment right now. Like, I'm laughing at the team more than getting frustrated or angry.
Yeah.
And something has to happen at this deadline, or there's going to be no reason to watch it the rest of the season. That's for sure.
Did you see the look on Nick Nurse's face toward the end of the game?
No.
He was just, it was on a miss. He was just literally had his hand under his chin. He was literally just staring at the floor. Like holy shit.
What did I get myself into?
Yeah, that's exactly the look he had on his face.
Man, I thought I was signing with this team. They had an MVP player. We had a chance to win it all, and it just completely crumbled. And he doesn't know that that's what happens in Philly. He learned. He found out real quick.
He found out fast. Unravels quickly. Anyway, hey, man, great show. Thanks for having me on again. I appreciate it.
All right, Pete, you the man, bro. Thanks for calling. Shout out to Peter. Jones is in the Discord still. We're going to try you again, Jones. Jones, what's up? Hey, yo, Jones. All right. Jones ain't talking. I don't know what's up with Jones. But, yeah, lack of effort. Embarrassing. Really embarrassing, and really just what the hell? Why do we even play this game? ZZ Voltalk says, what's the Discord link? I forgot to put the Discord link in the chat. My bad, bro. Let me get you right now. Here we go. I'll give you the Discord link, and when you go in there, you just click on run it back call-ins or whatever it's called, and that's how you call the show. Now let me try to pin the comment to the top here. There we go. There, the Discord link is pinned to the top of the chat. Anybody else that wants to get their frustrations out or what have you, I guess let's just look at the stat sheet here, see if we can draw up any more talking points. There's probably nothing to talk about. Let's look at the Warriors stats. Let's see. Lester Canones, bro. Lester Canones. The guy is 23 years old, 6'4", 208, a guard. The 76ers cannot find anybody like this. Every NBA team on the end of their bench has Lester Canones, who isn't good enough to be an NBA starter, but when you see him play, he looks like an NBA player. Every year, we are praying for a 6'4", 208, 23-year-old who can dribble, pass, and shoot. We never have any of them on the roster. I said it again with the Trailblazers have 3 of them on the end of their bench. The Warriors have 3 of them on their bench. Who the hell is Lester Canones? We got Jaden Springer, dude. KJ Martin. It's unbelievable. It really is. Let's see. Who else gave us buckets here, man? Klay Thompson had 18. Wow. Klay Thompson woke up this morning and said, "You know what? My comeback starts now because I'm playing the Philadelphia 76ers." And Klay Thompson was bad like the first half, but that third quarter, boy, bro, I don't even want to know what the score was in the third quarter. We were hanging around. We were winning, actually, most of the first and second quarter. And third quarter went from a 4-point game to a 40-point game. Real quick. So Klay Thompson has a comeback game against the Sixers, because why wouldn't that be against the Sixers? Andrew Wiggins, 21 and 10. Effort, rebounding, hit some threes. He was 2 for 3 from 3. So Andrew Wiggins is suddenly a 75% three-point shooter against the Sixers. Lester had 13. Corey Joseph, is that Corey? Corey Joseph had 8. G Santos, don't know who that is. GUI Santos, 21 years old, 6'6", 185. Gio Santos had 8 points. I didn't even see him. No, he had 2 points. I was going to say I didn't even see him score. Who had 9? Kevon Looney had 9 points. Dario Saric had 9 points. What about the Sixers, man? What did our end of our bench do? Let's see. Furkan Korkmaz in 16 minutes. 0. Look at Furkan Korkmaz, bro. The guy has been here for 10 years. What other team has a player like Furkan Korkmaz on their roster for 10 years? He just got 16 minutes and put up 0 points. He absolutely stinks. Can't play a lick of NBA basketball. But you know what the dumbass Sixers organization did a couple years ago? Furkan Korkmaz had 1 game winner against the Portland Trailblazers in the corner. And they signed him to a new 3-year deal because of that. That's how stupid they are. They thought he was a future sniper. Now he's just here every year. You can't even trade the guy. He's only making $5 million. Do you know how bad you have to be for other teams to not want to take on your $5 million contract? He's so bad, the other teams are like, whoa, $5 million. We're not paying that. That's barely above league minimum. We're not paying that for that guy because he's not an NBA player. He's not. Kenny Lofton Jr. I already said enough about him. I'm not gonna body shame anymore. I can't believe KJ Martin had 15 points. It was the most excruciating 15 points I've ever seen. I mean, he was 6 for 10. He was 2 for 3 from 3. I didn't even know that. I saw him airball wide open one, and maybe I stopped watching. Kelly Oubre, very Kelly Oubre game here. 5 for 15, 1 for 4 from 3. Like probably in the past how many games Kelly Oubre has just been absolutely god-awful. Oh, my goodness. In Kelly Oubre's last 10 games, he is shooting 23.8% from 3. Woo! Man, Kelly Oubre has returned back down to earth. We're like, what are they talking about, bro? First 10 games of the season, we were like, Kelly Oubre can shoot. They told me he couldn't shoot. Look at him out here, bro. They told me he couldn't shoot. He's back. Last 10 games, 24% from 3. Yikes. Yikes. Who else can we go in depth on here? Tobias Harris, 6 for 14, 13 points, whatever. Fraudulent game from him. Absolute loser energy. Paul Reed, I don't know. Everything just looks so much worse without Joel Embiid, and a lot of these players are hardly NBA players, and they get very elevated because Joel hides so many deficiencies. Shout out to Ricky Counsel for 17 points. He needs to be in the rotation. That's all there is to it. Ricky Counsel's better than Furkan Korkmaz. He's better than KJ Martin. He's better offensively than Jaden Springer. He might be better offensively than Kelly Oubre at this point. There's at least 3 players he's better than. Oh, we got people hanging out in the Discord. My bad. I wasn't paying attention. I was rambling and ranting and stuff. So a couple more Discord calls, and then this episode is over because this game was not worth it. Big Al 567. Let me see if I can get you up there. Big Al is in the Discord. Big Al. Yo, Big Al. What's up?
Give me a sec. I got your speaker mode on.
You got what?
I got to put your speaker mode on real quick. Let's see.
What does that mean?
Never mind. I got you. So, I mean, I've been watching your channel for, I don't know, probably about 1.5 years now, 2 years. But I think just what we lack is really just, I mean, we don't have guys that can just flat out there and just go get you buckets. I mean, I know we've been saying it for years now, but I mean, we don't have any basketball players. Some 6'5",
no basketball players.
Hoopers. I mean, it's really just sad to see because you're right. All these other teams, I mean, they got dudes that can play, and we just struggle to find them in the rough. You know, I think Ricky Counsel's one, but I mean, Terquavian Smith. I remember seeing him in college. I mean, dude, it's just not. I'm telling you, he's just not going to be an NBA level player. So,
nah, he's too small.
I mean, I think there's a little bit in. Jaden Springer. I'm a Tennessee fan, but I mean, Jaden Springer was horrible offensively in college. I mean, he's a really awkward basketball player. I don't know how he's going to develop, but
awkward is a good way to put it.
Embiid era is probably coming to a close. I mean, if you look at his history, you look at not being able to get healthy in the playoffs. You know what
Jaden Springer and Paul Reed and Kenny Lofton, you know what they all do? They all bring to light how bad the G League really is.
Seriously.
Because these dudes get buckets in the G League.
Kenny Lofton's like putting up 50 points. Can you imagine that fat ass putting 50 points on you? I mean, just like fucking quit. I mean,
who's in the G League, dude? It's got to be just random people. There's no way Kenny Lofton's putting up 40s.
Dude, they got Scottie Pippen's son in the G League. I mean, he's horrible in college. I mean, he put up good points, but I mean, he's one of the worst pro level players I've ever seen. I mean, they got bums in there. Well, I know one dude I played with at the rec center one time that was on the Hawks G League affiliate team, and I was just like, I mean, he's a decent player, but I'm just like, if this guy's on the G League team, I mean, holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, these are the kind of fuckers we got on our team. I mean, it's just like,
yeah, we got those guys on the floor right now, like KJ Martin. Guy can't play basketball.
Man, KJ Martin is one of those guys where I was pretty excited when we traded for him, and I was looking at that package, and man, he's just like, he just has the lack of confidence, and it just feels like he's forgotten how to play the game of basketball. And it's kind of sad, but like, man, he's just tough to root for.
I thought we finally got like a slasher who would be a high level finisher, and he has a couple of highlights that you can find, right? And you can get fooled by that when you really watch him play.
He can't put a game together, you know. He can't put stretches of games together, and it's pretty disappointing.
When you really watch him play, he doesn't have any basketball IQ at all. He doesn't know where to be.
Absolutely not.
He doesn't know when to cut.
Player. He can just jump 50 inches, and he's insanely fast. Now
he doesn't even know how to use that. He doesn't know how to use that either. Like, I haven't seen a poster dunk from the guy since he's been on the squad. At least give me a fucking highlight dunk, dude. He gets a cut to the rim, and he tries to lay it in.
On the team, and like the hoop is like there's an iron shield on top of the hoop, and I mean that's just not going in. I have no confidence in him right now.
I've seen him jump to and almost hit his head on the rim and still try to finger roll. Like, what happened to this guy's supposed to be a dunker?
You know what it really comes down to is like I feel like at the younger ages now, they don't even practice development of skills. They just play so many games. Like these guys just aren't even they're not even that skilled anymore. They're just super athletic, you know?
Right.
And they bank on their athleticism.
All right, man. Hey, thanks for calling the show, buddy. Great call.
All right, appreciate it.
Appreciate you. KO in the chat says KJ would school Eastwood in any game type setting, and most people in this chat, I corrected all your misspellings because you can't type for some reason. And that's just such a typical, like, dumb thing to say when you're trying to defend an NBA player getting slandered, you know? It's like saying whatever quarterback Colin Cowherd slanders is better at throwing a football than like, of course he is. Of course I'm not an NBA player. Of course Kenyon Martin Jr. would dunk on me. I'm analyzing him as an NBA player, and he sucks ass. Like you suck at being a member of the YouTube chat. One more and then I'm out of here. Depressed Sixers fan is on the line. It's a pretty good name, dude. It's a real good name. Depressed Sixers fan. What's going on?
They're terrible, bro. This is ass. I can't take it anymore.
They are.
Like, this team is so bad, bro. Like, but I got one question, though.
What's up?
Do you think we would have made it further with Landry Shamet than Tobias Harris?
Nah, I mean, here's the thing. They traded what? They traded Landry Shamet and 2 first-round picks for Tobias Harris. So when you look at it like that, yeah, you should have kept Landry Shamet. You know what I'm saying? You gave up way too much for Tobias Harris. Landry Shamet's a nice three-point sniper. I don't even know where he is now. I know he can't play any defense in the NBA, but a guy that comes off the bench and can catch and shoot threes, I like Landry Shamet. And I can't stand Tobias Harris, so I guess that's my answer.
I think it's just crazy how Ricky Counsel outscored the entire Sixers roster in 10 minutes or something like that.
And it wasn't against this is the second time this happened. The other team still had their starters out there. So it's not like right. So people that look at it are going to say it was in garbage time, but it wasn't in garbage time. It was against the Warriors, the same ones that were up by 40 in the third quarter. He needs playing time. It's ridiculous because nobody else on his team can play.
Yeah, I can't take it anymore.
What else you got, man?
That's it.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling in, man. Yeah, let's go to Twitter, see if there's anything new. We'll see if there's anything on the trade rumors, things like that. Let's see. Here we go. What do we got? Let's fire up the trade machine, Jacob Moreno says. Jake L. Fisher says, this was at 6:11 p.m. Philadelphia is exploring conversations with a variety of teams, but one known target for the Sixers is Pacers guard Buddy Hield. League sources told Yahoo Sports. Jake Fisher claims that the Sixers are looking at Buddy Hield, although, the trade deadline reporters say all the things that they say, but then earlier, Keith Pompey decided to jump in and make shit up Despite initial reports of the Sixers' interest in Buddy Hield, there does not appear to be much traction as of now, according to a league source. Sixers do remain engaged in other dialogue, notably to solidify. You know what I'm saying? Keith. It's like Keith saw a bunch of people playing a game outside and was like, I want to play. I'm a reporter too. Keith, I need you to just stay in your lane here, okay? Because there's insiders that work the NBA trade deadline, and you're not one of them. All right? Nobody's writing off anything by saying, oh, well, that's not happening because Keith Pompey said so. Because that was at 5:25. Keith Pompey says, Sixers aren't interested in Buddy Hield, according to my source. And then Jake Fisher hits us again at 7 o'clock, or 6:11. And says Philadelphia is in conversation for Buddy Hield. So there's that. What would it take to get Buddy Hield? I don't know. Buddy Hield's numbers have been lousy. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know if you want to go there. I don't know. Can I search? Is it IE or EI? Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield. Let's see. What's he shooting this season? His last 10 games, he's still shooting 38% from three. Because look, here's what you're looking for from Buddy Hield. You're looking for a movement, catch and shoot, 3-point shooter. Right? That's all you're looking for in Buddy Hield. Why can't I get his damn season stats? Well, I don't know how to use ESPN, so I'm going to use the app that I know how to use, which is Yahoo Sports app on my phone. And I'll tell you, Buddy Hield's stats this season. The stats that you're looking for. All right? 2023. He is shooting 38% from three on 7 attempts per game. Sign me up. Sign me up. 38% on 7 attempts per game. And when you watch him play, he's got a little bit more of an overall game than he really gets credit for also. He's got a little bit of dribble package. He's, at least against us, I've seen him get buckets on the Sixers. I've seen him get buckets on us. So there's looks like we are at least in conversation for Buddy Hield, okay? The other rumors were Andre Drummond. The Sixers are looking for a backup center to try to survive until apparently they think maybe they might get Joel Embiid back. Here's RB. He says the Sixers are buyers. If they are serious about staying in contention, they need to acquire at least one of the following. At least one. One of these guys is not changing the trajectory of this team. They need about 3 of them. Here's what the Sixers need to do. I'm going to tell you exactly what they need to do, and then I'm going to get out of here, okay? Here's what they need to do, okay? Let me find the tweet that I made earlier. Let's see. Where's the tweet that I made earlier? Here, we're almost there. I don't know. It's too many people. Too many people. Somebody was defending Tobias Harris. I don't know. I got too many mentions. I can't find it. DeJounte Murray was out tonight against, I don't know who they were playing, but DeJounte Murray was out tonight. And here's what the Sixers need to do. They need to somehow land DeJounte, Bogdanovich. Here's the perfect trade deadline in a couple of hours. DeJounte Murray, Buddy Hield, Andre Drummond. I know it sounds crazy, but you got 3 firsts to trade, bunch of expiring contracts. The only way, if that doesn't happen, it's not, you know what I'm saying? One of those guys is not saving the season. You need to do something that covers up a lot of problems right now. DeJounte, Buddy Hield, Andre Drummond. Yeah, boy, I like this. Brogdon, Kuzma, Drummond, I like that too. That doesn't give you a 3-point sniper, though. I think the Sixers also need a straight 3-point sniper. And Buddy Hield is a 40% 3-point shooter on 7 or 8 attempts per game. He's an absolute high-volume sniper. DeJounte, Buddy, Drummond. And I'm back in. If that doesn't happen in the next couple of hours, it's going to be very difficult to expect anything from this team for the rest of the season. Let's see if we can find anything else. Anything else on Sixers, okay? Steph Curry on Embiid. No, whatever. What's this guy doing? We got a trade machine over here. We got a Bobby Marks trade machine. Okay, let's check it out. Shout out to RB for giving me content. Let's check out the Bobby Marks trade machine.
Well, here's the thing. How do you keep your flexibility this offseason where you've got potential $55 to $60 million, still uncertain who that main player is going to be? How do you keep some of those draft picks? But how do you improve right now with the hope that Joel Embiid comes back? For me, I would be targeting Chicago.
All right, let's see what he says.
And I know the Bulls just came off a great win against Minnesota. They're in the play-in right now. But when you look at this Bulls roster, for me, it's DeMar DeRozan. That's who I would be targeting if I was Philadelphia right now. And certainly 11 players on expiring contracts. So you look at players like Marcus Moore.
Look, DeMar DeRozan keeps you afloat maybe with Joel Embiid out because he's a bucket. And on this team, as bad as this team is, DeMar can give you 25. But I don't like the fit with Joel Embiid.
Morris, Robert Covington, that works. And then
but if you're just looking at, no, dude, no, you got to trade Tobias. Get Tobias out of here. No. Look, DeRozan is a 5-star Tobias Harris. That's what he is, right? If Tobias Harris is the cheap bagged version of Captain Crunch, DeMar DeRozan is the real box, with the family size. You know what I'm saying? But you can't have Tobias Harris and DeMar DeRozan on the same court. You can't have two guys who score in the paint around Joel Embiid. I don't think
you need a big, right?
No.
Joel Embiid is out.
No.
Andre Drummond. So when you look at a player like Drummond, 3.4 last year of his contract, Philadelphia still has some draft picks here. You could put in a first.
DeRozan and Drummond are not saving you. Not saving you. I love the Sixers are the worst team in the NBA without Joel Embiid for the 8th year in a row. What's Josh saying? Josh Reynolds, Liberty Ballers. He's usually a very positive guy. A lot of times I feel overly positive and kind of lies to himself sometimes. Shout out to him. I've talked to him before. He's a good dude, but he's very positive. Let's see what is he being positive here? The Sixers roster was constructed around Joel Embiid. With Embiid out, this team has no identity, stagnant offense, zero flow, all iso ball and forced shots, really ugly. Going to be real tough to hang on to a playoff spot, especially banged up. Yeah, that's what he said. See what I mean? He was really nice about it. Instead of saying this roster sucks and Joel Embiid makes them all look way better than they are. I don't think this team was built around Joel Embiid necessarily. These are players you got who were throw-ins in a James Harden trade because they have expiring contracts. You took whatever the Clippers were throwing at you because you sat on James Harden all summer, and that was the only trade available. Kyle Newbeck. The Sixers called the Blazers about veteran guard Malcolm Brogdon. Sources say as the team attempts to acquire a combo guard ahead of Thursday's trade deadline. I would love Malcolm Brogdon on this team. And anybody that says no to that didn't watch the last Sixers versus Trailblazers game, because Malcolm Brogdon was giving us the business to the point where he threw a one-handed no-look alley-oop around a screen almost at half court and then laughed about it. He was treating us like an AAU team. He was toying with us. And remember him coming off the bench for the Boston Celtics in the playoffs. Every time we shut down Jason Tatum, this fucking Malcolm Brogdon, dude, just couldn't miss. Yeah. DeJounte Murray, Malcolm Brogdon, Buddy Hield. I think you need a secondary ball handler. You need a three-point sniper, and you need a better backup center than Mo Bamba. Either Malcolm Brogdon and DeJounte Murray, either Buddy Hield, either Bogdanovich, Bogan, or Bojan, whichever one. And Andre Drummond, I guess. I can't get down with Miles Bridges. I never want to support the guy. I never want to root for Miles Bridges. Ever, 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 ever. You're never going to, and I usually don't do that. I usually don't bring outside stuff into sports. I will never in my life root for Miles Bridges. And if you don't know why, you haven't read the story. The guy's an absolute scumbag who got away with almost murdering his ex-girlfriend because he's an NBA player. And he's also a delusional weirdo. Not that a lot of these guys aren't, but this dude's a rich NBA player. He was out here making gangbanging rap music, bro. Acting like he's in the streets. And people are, yo, his music's fire to what? This guy's a rich NBA player acting like a damn gangbanging rapper. Like, what? Get this guy out of here. Same thing with like whoever else, dude. The guy, Kevin Porter Jr., the guy got cut from the Cavs for ripping his locker room apart because they changed his jersey number. Don't bring the psychos over here, dude. Who's the dude for the Hornets with the purple hair that was on Twitter saying a bunch of wild stuff and got cut from the Hornets? People still bring his name up too. We don't want the psychos over here, man. Yeah, Vincent, go read the story, bro. He choked her and broke vertebrae in her neck. And that's the second time he's been arrested for assaulting that same girl, I think. Or a different one. Either way, he's a scumbag. And I'll never root for him. Yeah. Keep that dude out of here. Apparently the Hornets want like multiple firsts for him anyway. Yeah, in front of their child. He was also charged with like child endangerment. All the guys just no. Anyway, 376 of you sickos still in here. You should be sleeping. You got serious issues and you need help. There's no reason for you to be sitting awake at 11:23 p.m. listening to me talk about KJ Martin against the Warriors. But I love you all for it. We all have the same sickness. And we're here to have group therapy sessions together. So thanks for being here. Hit the like button, please. There's 377 in here. We should have 377 likes on the stream. What do we got, bro? How many we got? We only have 107 likes. Fraudulent behavior. We need the likes over 300. That's what we need. What else we got in the chat, man? We sickos have morals around here. We're not the Hornets, or there's that at least. What does that have to do with it? The Hornets made him beat his girlfriend and choke her out? Miles could be the best in the world. I don't want him. Yeah, never. I will never root for that guy. Why won't they trade Tobias? I don't get it. We are one of the only teams who hold on too long to guys that should have been gone. One answer, it's Daryl Morey. How many times has he done this since he's been here? Ben Simmons requested a trade. Daryl was like, we'll sit here for 4 years if we have to. And the fans were like, what about us? We don't want that to happen. Waited way too long to trade Ben because he was obsessed with James Harden, and he would only take James Harden in a trade because the only thing he's ever done in his career is trade for James Harden. Gave up 2 more first-round picks, and Andre Drummond and Seth Curry. Then Harden requests a trade. Seeing a pattern here? And he sits around all summer. Clippers are the only team offering anything. So he takes the James Harden trade. And instead, Tobias Harris has been a fraud for 5 years. And every time he has a decent game, Daryl Morey retweets his stat line. There was the one game where Maxey had 31, Tobias had 27. Daryl typed out Tobias Harris's stat line with a cookie emoji on Twitter. He's delusional, bro. He thinks Tobias Harris is good, and every time Tobias Harris sucks for 5 games in a row and we all rip him to shreds, Daryl Morey thinks we're just a bunch of haters. He loves Tobias Harris. And Tobias Harris loves Tobias Harris. And they all think he's actually very good. Yeah, Sixers fans would trade me for a crumble cookie. You think we just randomly do that? This is the thing that always gets me about these losers like Ben Simmons and this guy. You think you're a fringe all-star and a very good NBA player, and we're just like, oh, we need someone to hate, bro. Let's just go down the line. All right, we're gonna pick Tobias Harris. He's like, yeah, I'm actually really good. Here's all the ways that I'm really, really good, but Sixers fans hate me. You think it's random? Why would it be random? It's not random, you dumbasses. It's usually lack of effort, lack of heart. We watch you quit on the court. There's a reason Sixers fans love guys like TJ McConnell, right? Philly loves players like that. You know why? Because you're never, ever, ever going to see the guy quit on the court. 5'11", can't jump, can't shoot. But he went out there and gave 100% every single play on a random Tuesday night in the middle of the regular season. That's what Philly loves. What Philly hates is these diva bitches that are making $500,000 a game, pulling up to the game, posting pictures of themselves on Instagram, holding Gucci bags and driving Range Rovers and shit. Wearing loafers with the ankle, the fucking pants that are too short, whatever that rich person style is. And then when it's time to drive into the lane, you look as soft driving into the lane as you looked walking into the arena. Philly hates guys like that. Overpaid, soft divas. Give me the dude that walks into the game in sweatpants and a hoodie, doesn't have a bunch of jewelry on, doesn't brag about his shoe collection on Twitter, and just gets buckets. Where are they at? Anyway. That's probably a good one to clip out right there. I'll probably put that on TikTok, see how much hate comments I can get from the weenies on TikTok, from the little bitches. Little soft-ass TikTok commenters, man. It's funny when I post stuff like that because I know what's going to happen. Anyway, that's all. I'm out.